What is going on, guys? Nick Gould here, bringing you my HomeFront gameplay. 28-6 on the map, LowLands, I believe. This is probably my favorite map so far. Let me think. Is this my favorite map? Yes. Yes, it is. Because even if people try to camp at opposite sides of the map, it's still not that long. So it's pretty easy to kill snipers and stuff like that. It's a pretty fun map, and I enjoy it. I just actually submitted another game, 28-6 on this map, to Huppet Gaming. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully that gets out there, because I haven't even seen a HomeFront gameplay on their channel, and that could be big for this channel. So I got a lot of big things in work, but I'll reveal more of that stuff later and that nature. But today what I want to talk about, I'm a little more experienced in HomeFront. My last two commentaries, I didn't really know how to take down vehicles, what's the best stuff, and things like that. And I'm definitely more experienced now. I've unlocked every gun except for the pre-ordered shotgun. Obviously I didn't pre-order it, so I don't have it. Well, I mean, you didn't know that, so I guess it wasn't that obvious. But if you didn't know, I didn't pre-order it, so I don't have the shotgun. But I've used every gun in the game, so I want to talk about like my favorite guns in each class and stuff like that, and what I use on it, and my perk setup, my new perks. I'll always use tactical reload and whatever one makes you aim down sight faster. It's just helpful. I use Ghost for UAV sweeps, because, you know, there's a lot of new people in the game every day. The game's growing and stuff like that. So you want to be able to get off those tactical sweeps, those personal UAVs, because a lot of the more amateur gamers use them. I'm kind of past that. I'm using like ammo resupply, RPGs, and you know, cluster bombs and white phosphorus. Cluster bombs are pretty badass. I'll get a gameplay soon with one of those in there. It's just pretty sick. I just unlocked them. I haven't used them that too much because I've been really getting into the helicopter and stuff like that. But they're awesome. So weapons. First of all, my favorite guns is for long range, which I call my heavy, is the M16. It's really good with an ACOG and steady aim. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't even finish my perks. My last perk I use is steady aim, which is less recoil when aiming down sights. So the M16 ACOG, aiming down sights on those big maps, that's my heavy. It's kind of like, if you ever see me play on array, I always use the G11 or the M16 because there's like a lot of head glitching and a lot of cover and a lot of gay vantage points on hills. Same thing, there's some maps in here where it's just easier to have that ACOG, low recoil across the map, easy shots. So the M16 is definitely my favorite for that. My lightweight, my medium, my close to medium is the T3 AK, and I don't really use assault. It kind of replaces my SMGs. I use the Vector for SMGs, but we'll get there. So we're on assault rifles now, and then for medium to long range, fully automatic is the ACR. I do have a class for the SCAR because if there's connection issues, that's the best, because even though there's a little bit of bolt lag, all three bolts go in the same spot. So if one hits them, the other three are going to hit them, and it helps out if there's a little bit of bolt lag. And since, you know, the servers are kind of iffy, and, you know, how many people are on this day, how many are on that day, people are still buying it, servers are still getting packed, so they're not completely fixed yet. So the SCAR is just good for lag, in my opinion. And then the other gun, the XM10, I would really like to just stomp on it and just destroy it. It kicks too much. I don't like it. I'm using it right now to finish my experts off. It's the last assault rifle I need the extra with, and I do not like it. It's very good for extremely close range, but, I mean, if you've played Battlefield, if you've played Medal of Honor, if you played this game, you know there's a lot of camping and a lot of snipers, which is fine, because I don't mind it. I'm all about killing campers and shit like that, but it's just hard to get all the way across the map to get them, and then you spawn, you have to run all the way across the map to get close. It's just not very practical for this game. And in Battlefield, the XM8 was amazing, so I don't get why the XM10 would be such a piece of shit, but it is. It's just how it is. And the M4 is kind of like the ACR. I think it sounds really cool in this game, and I'm all about it. It's just the ACR. The ACR just wins for me. I'm more comfortable using it. I know Heather uses the M4. She's pretty good with it over the ACR, and that's just how it goes sometimes, you know. So that is assault rifles. SMGs, Vector over Diablo. I'm one of the few. I'm one of the proud, but Vector over Diablo. Me and Plus 80 or pseudo support or whatever, you know, you may go by him. Definitely, we're Vector guys. We will both run the map with Vectors and tear shit up together. Diablo, I mean, the Diablo's okay. It's a pretty good weapon. It's got the high fire rate and stuff like that. But I don't think it has shit on the Diablo. But it's a decent gun. So if you're just starting off wanting to use an SMG, by all means, you can get kills with Diablo. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. But I'm totally about it with the Vector. For the light machine gun, there's the Scar and the M2. Excuse me, M249 Saw. Saw takes the cake. I don't know why the Scar I think it's a piece of shit. It doesn't. I feel like I get so many hit markers with it. It doesn't kill anyone. The Saw, it's kind of hard to kill people with light machine guns because the rate of fire in that game, but it's kind of like the Galil in Call of Duty. If you get a hold of them, you're not going to let go of them. But that's with the Saw. With the Scar, though, it's just like you can hold them for like an hour and they still won't die. I just don't like it. I'm just not a fan. But like that's me. It's just personal. I've always said that it's not about the gun stats. It's what you're comfortable with. So I like the Saw with the holographic. I pretty much use holographic on every gun. There's no real good attachment, like in Call of Duty. You don't get like dual mag or extended mag, so you might as well throw a scope on. Except for the XM10, I think a silencer helps the recoil out a little bit. I mean, it sucks at long range anyway, so you can't even use it at long range, so you might as well just get it good for close range. And sniper rifles. I love the M200. I'm always a bolt action and a heavy weapon sniper rifle. I just need practice. I've been trying to work on the expert, like I said, and that's gonna be the last gun I do. Because if it's not a headshot, it's not a kill. And I've gone games where I've gone 4, 11, and 2 with that sniper rifle. I was just talking to Bill Keys about it. Because you get a body shot, and by the time you rack a bolt to the rear, someone's already picked up your kill. It's so hard. It really is. The nice thing though is that you get an automatic infrared scope, and it's not like ridiculous like in Black Ops. It's actually really comfortable to see with, and you could actually unlock those goggles, which I have, and I'll put up a gameplay of, where you see that mode all the time. You see in thermals, and it's like the last thing you unlock. It's pretty sweet. I used it a little bit when I first unlocked it, and it's not too bad. So I like the scope on it, but the fact that it's not a one-shot kill. I'll shoot people in the throat with a bolt action sniper rifle. Literally, that should just blow their neck out, and that's like a decapitation shot right there almost. And it just doesn't do it. So I'm not too happy about that, but I do like it. So I'm going with the M110, I believe, is the other sniper rifle, just because you can spam the trigger. It's kind of like an M14. 2 hits are dead, and you can really do some good work with it. You can play the objective, and you can make some good moves on it because the scope's not too ridiculously far in. So that's it for weapons. I told you my perks. Steady aim really is a difference. It makes a huge difference, especially when it's coming up to like, to me, I like my automatic weapons. I'm using the AK or the ACR versus the Scar, which is a 3-burst, or the M16, which is a fucking one-shot monster. And it really, whoops, I just hit my mic. It really makes a difference. So if you get high enough to get steady aim, it's definitely something you want to get. Straight from the hip's pretty good on my SMG class. I use straight from the hip and steady aim, so I can just shoot awesome straight from the hip. And then if I have to get a little head glitcher, I can get that nice steady aim with the Vector. It's not a bad thing, but for typically, because I only use my SMG in the beginning of games to rack up some points on small maps, like this or cul-de-sac. Otherwise, I like to use my aim down sights and my assault rifles and stuff like that. Next thing is destroying vehicles. There is not a targeter, but you can use a proximity mine for helicopters. I have a class. It has C4, an EMP launcher, proximity launcher, and RPG. And I pretty much have no problems. Throwing it on the ground, getting under the tracks of the tank with C4, blows it up, stick them on top. EMP launch a helicopter, then shoot, it brings it down lower, shoot some proximity mines at it. But that's the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned a little something. 28-6, and I'm out.